Nobody gives a damn what you feel. You've got an audience out there, and they want to hear you sing. Now, you want your mommy to love you. You go out there, and you do the only thing you're good for, which is singing the goddamn lollipop song.
Beatrice Horseman's voice is sharp, cutting, and full of bitterness. It's the voice of someone who has never shown love and doesn't know how to give it, and that's how generational trauma works. It's the silent, invisible force that shapes families for generations. The unspoken pain that gets passed down, warping people into reflections of the very wounds they swore they'd never inflict. And BoJack Horseman captures this cycle better than almost any show in modern television. Today, we're diving deep into the Horseman family's generational trauma, how pain shaped Beatrice, how she passed it to BoJack, and whether or not he ever had a real chance to escape it.
Beatrice, remember what we say about crying? Crying is stupid.
To understand why BoJack is the way he is, we need to go back 2 generations, to his mother, Beatrice, and her father, Joseph Sugarman. Beatrice was born into wealth, but she was never free. Her father, Joseph, was a cold and controlling man, obsessed with keeping up appearances. He didn't believe in weakness. Joseph hated emotions, and he passed that lesson down to his daughter through cruelty disguised as discipline. But the real turning point in Beatrice's life was what happened to her mother, Honey Sugarman. After the tragic death of Beatrice's older brother, Crackerjack, Honey fell into deep depression. Instead of support, she was given a lobotomy, a procedure that erased her pain, her joy, her personality, everything.
Beatrice, promise me you'll never love anyone as much as I loved Crackerjack.
I promise. I won't.
That was the moment Beatrice learned. Love is conditional. Vulnerability is dangerous. Emotions will be punished. This wasn't just trauma. It was programming. And when she grew up, she did exactly what so many people do when they've never been taught how to heal. She passed it down.
You must think I'm a real monster.
Mom.
I don't want to fight you, BoJack. I just wanted to tell you, I know you want to be happy, but you won't be, and I'm sorry.
What?
It's not just you, you know. Your father and I, well, you come by it honestly, the ugliness inside you. You were born broken. That's your birthright.
Beatrice married Butterscotch Horseman, a mean, bitter, failed writer who had no interest in being a father. And when she had BoJack, instead of breaking the cycle of abuse, she continued it. She never hugged him, never told him she was proud of him, never gave him what he needed as a child. Instead, she belittled him, constantly.
You ruined me, BoJack.
I know.
You better grow up to be something great, to make up for all the damage you've done.
I will.
BoJack spent his entire childhood trying to be good enough for a woman who was incapable of loving him. And every time he failed to earn her approval, it confirmed what he already believed, that he was unworthy of love.
What's this letter I have? It's from the government saying, I'm proud of you.
Are you?
Oh, no, actually what I'm holding is nothing. You're a clown. You know that?
Trauma doesn't just disappear when a child grows up. It gets carried forward. And BoJack, like his mother before him, internalized his pain and spread it to others. He abandoned people before they could abandon him. He hurt the people who cared about him. He numbed himself with alcohol and self-loathing. The tragedy is that BoJack knows he's broken. He knows he's repeating the same patterns his parents did. But no matter how much he tries to change, something pulls him back. Because when pain is all you've ever known, happiness feels unnatural. And every time he gets close to something good, he sabotages it. So, does BoJack ever break the cycle? The show never gives us a clear answer. He tries, he apologizes, he makes amends, he even starts to be a little kinder to himself. But healing isn't a straight line. And some wounds are too deep to fully close. Generational trauma is a heavy weight. Some people carry it their whole lives. Some try to set it down. BoJack tried. And sometimes, just trying is the bravest thing anyone can do.